Which one do we have? 3 books. What is this? Which one is this one? I guess 3. Oh, okay, they're both called. I guess, is there a title to? Oh, okay, that's what it's. Okay. To Dinah. Strange and scary things. Pioneers used to entertain themselves by telling scary stories. At night, they might gather in somebody's cabin or around a fire and see who could scare others the most. Some girls and boys in my town do the same thing today. They get together at somebody's house and they turn out the lights and eat popcorn and scare one another half to death. Telling scary stories is something people have done for thousands of years. For most of us, like being scared in the way, since there isn't any danger, we think it's fun. There are a great many ways. There are a great many scary stories to tell. There are ghost stories. There are tales of witches, devils, boogeymen, zombies, and vampires. There are tales of monstrous creatures and the other dangers. There even are stories that make us laugh at this laugh at all this scariness. Some of these tales are very old and they are told around the world, and most have the same origins. They are based on things that people saw or heard or experienced or thought they did. Many years ago, a young prince became famous for scary stories. He started it to tell, but did not finish. His name was Mamilius, and he probably was 9 or 10 years old. William Shakespeare told about him in The Winter's Tale. It was, I should be holding it like this and going like this maybe. Yeah. Some girls in the town do the same thing today. They get together at somebody's house and they turn out the lights and eat popcorn and scare one another half to death. Telling scary stories is something people have done for thousands of years. For most of us, like being scared in the way, since it isn't any danger, we think it's fun. There are a great many scary stories to tell. There are ghost stories, there are tables of witches, devils, boogeymen, zombies, and vampires. There are tables of monstrous creatures and other dangers. There even are stories that make us laugh at all this scariness. Some of these tales are very old and they are told around the world. And most have the same origins. They are based on things that people saw or heard or experienced or thought they did. Many years ago, Prince became famous for a scary story he started to tell, but did not finish. His name was Mamilius, And he probably was 9, 10 years old. William Shakespeare told about him the Winter's Tale. It was on a dark winter's day that his mother, the queen, asked him for a story. A son's tale's best for winter, he said. I have one of sprites and goblins. Do your best to frighten me with your sprites, she said. You're powerful at it? I should tell it. If I shall tell it softly, he said. Yon crickets shall not hear it. And he began. There was a man dwelt by a churchyard, but that was as far as he got. For at the moment the king came in and arrested the queen and took her away, and soon after them Aemilius died. No one knows how he would have finished his story. If you started as he did, what would you tell? Most scary stories are, of course, meant to be told. They're more scary that way, but how you tell them is important. As Aemilius knew the best way to speak softly so that your listeners learn forward to catch your words and to speak slowly so that your voice sounds scary. And the best time to tell these stories is at night, in the dark, in the gloom. It is easy someone listening to imagine as all sorts of strange, scary things. Princeton, New Jersey, Elvine Schwartz. He's from New Jersey? Oh my God, I've always wanted to go to New Jersey, and ever since I saw the movie, oh my God, what was it? I don't know, but it was this woman lived in a building with her daughter after her divorce because the husband was unfaithful. But that building was haunted. That room they stayed in, a kid had died or something. I don't know, but this was a movie. So if you are, or have seen all New Jersey based movies, then you'll know what movie I'm talking about. It was scary, beautiful, and amazing what you would go through to save a child. Shoot, they were here. This chapter is filled out. Oh, see, this is why I need to read by the light. I cannot even freaking see it. Oh, okay. There we go. This chapter's filled with jump stories you can use to make friends. Jump. Jump. With fight. The big toe. A boy was digging at the edge of the garden. When he saw a big toe, he tried to pick it up, but it was stuck to something. So he gave it a good hard jerk, and it came off in his hand. Then he heard something groan and scamper away. The boy took the toe in the kitchen and showed it to his mother. It looks nice and plump, she said. I'll put it in the soup and we'll have it for supper. Now it sounds like some Hudson and Gretel shit. That night, his father carved the toe. The night his father carved the toe into 3 pieces. This is my father should do this so. Oh my god, I just want to live my life laughing. Then not really make me the Joker, but I just live my life laughing. Oh dang. Almost there. And they each had a piece. They did the dishes. And when it got dark, they went to bed. The boy fell asleep almost at once. But in the middle of the night, a sound awakened him. It was something out in the street. It was a voice, and it was calling to him. Where is my toe? It groaned. When the boy heard that, he got very scared, but he thought, it doesn't know where I am. It never will find me. Then he heard the voice once more, only now it was closer. Where is my toe? It groaned. The boy pulled the blankets over his head and closed his eyes. I'll go to sleep, he thought. When I wake up, it would all be gone. But soon heard that back door open and again heard the voice. Where is my toe? He groaned. Then boy heard footsteps move through the kitchen, into the dining room, into the living room, into the front hall. Then slowly they climbed the stairs. Closer and closer they came. Soon they were in the upstairs hall. Now they were outside his door. Where is my toe? The voice groaned. His door opened, shaking with fear. He listened as the footsteps slowly moved through the dark toward his bed. Then they stopped. Where is my toe? The voice groaned. At this point, pause. Then jump at the person next to you and shout, "You got it!" I know it has to sound more scary. You got it. No, at this point, you pause. Then jump. You got it. The big toe also has another ending. When the boy hears the voice calling for its toe, he finds a strange-looking creature up inside the chimney. The boy is so frightened he can't move. He just stands there and stares at it. Finally, he asks, "Ooh, what you got such big eyes for?" And the creature answers, "To look you through your look and through what you got such big claws for. To scratch up your grave. Ooh, what got such a big mouth for? To swallow you all. What you got such sharp teeth for? To chop your bones." Or like we're going, oh, this is bone crusher. To chop your bones. As you give the last line, pounce on one of your friends. Okay, I wasn't gonna do all that, but When you guys get the book and you want to experience all that, you can do it. You can do it. Put your back into it. The walk. My uncle was walking down a lonely dirt road one day. He came upon a man who also was walking down the road. The man looked at my uncle, and my uncle looked at the man. The man was scared of my uncle, and my uncle was scared of that man. But they can't. Wait, is this another story? Because I ain't about to keep going. When. Okay, yeah, no. Now I know I gotta read it before I say it. Because. This is take one. So then I know what I'm gonna do next. I want to continue drinking with my husband because I'm in a whole other life. I'm about to be 40. Shit. We're both in a whole different level and we got babies. You don't know how it is when you have an open mind. I don't give a damn. Have fun. This is actually a really good book. So I found my niche for my podcast. Cause that's what I do. Create and think. Cause back in the day, I wouldn't think. I would have been gone for life and made a scene. Ooh, damn, that was good. I actually freestyled.